Hi, this is Mish or Mick, whatever you want to call me, and today I'm going to talk about saying something and then wishing I could take that back. So, whether it was talking to a superior at work or someone influential or a friend or a family member, and in the heat of the moment I got too comfortable or I overstepped my boundaries or any variation of that, I felt like an idiot and questioned, oh no, did I overstep my boundaries? Did I hurt their feelings? Did I? And I felt like this so many times that I started to question it a little bit because, I like to question things. And I realized that most of the times where I questioned whether I had, overstepped my boundaries or hurt someone's feelings, I was saying something really honest. It was a moment where I either was highly emotional or, overstepped my boundaries. But in that moment, I felt the clarity and the honesty to say something real. So I started to dig a little deeper and realized whenever I felt like this, I was just saying something real, something from, straight from the hip. And I shouldn't be, questioning whether that was okay because I said it and it was truthful. And if someone can't handle the truth or reacts really poorly to it, then that's not really my issue. If I want to tiptoe around people and just tell them what they want to hear, that's one thing. But only when I started asking this question, I realized what value do I bring to anyone if all I'm doing is telling them exactly what they want to hear? And then I start to ask, am I just hanging out with people who are telling me what I want to hear? Am I not super awesome all the time? So I started to incorporate, honesty. Not that I was dishonest, but trying to be aware of the filter that I guess was built up in me, being aware of it and trying to release it and trying to just avoid it. And what surprised me was it was weird at first because it's so unnatural to speak without a filter. But I muscled through it and I did it, and I just started shooting from the hip, left, right, and center with any audience. I wasn't going to act a certain way with this person. Pardon me, I have a cold, so I'm a little stuffy. I'm not going to act a certain way with that kind of person. I'm not going to be like this with my friends, like this with my parents, like this at work. I'm going to be one type of person. And I know there's a risk involved with that because you're supposed to, the way I was taught at work, this is how you act at work, this is how you act in this situation. But I said no, because I have to be a chameleon and try to be something to different people. If I can be exactly the same to everyone, then I don't have to worry about which persona I have to be. I don't have to worry about who I'm going to offend or not offend. I'm just going to be myself. I'm going to be the purest form of myself. And if someone doesn't like that, then it shows me, what, if you can't handle logic, because I believe I operate in logic, then so be it. It's a risk I'm willing to take. I'm not going to bend over backward for someone or that I want to gain from. There won't be a particular business deal or a banker or a specific person that I'm going to kiss ass to because I want something. Because then what does that say about me? And in doing so, I realized I was a people pleaser for a long time. I was always telling people, being super positive, or not that there's something wrong with being super positive, but if someone's asking me a question and I fluff it and sugarcoat it like crazy, then they've confided in me to help them, and I've let them down. And I don't think that's good at all. And I only became aware of this when I was alone, and I just started to ask myself why I was acting like this. So essentially, which I say in every video, I rather be an honest asshole than a lying nice guy. Because what's the point, really? So since I've turned the filter off, I've actually made a smaller group of friends that I hang out with. It's almost been a filter of people who no longer want to talk to me or no longer want to call me. I have a lot less texts, a lot less phone calls. But that's okay because the core of people I hang out with hold me accountable and I hold them accountable. And I wouldn't be making videos like this because I'd be afraid of the truth. Like, I'm putting this video out and it might upset someone. Someone might like it, they might write a great comment, but they might hate it as well, and it could go terribly wrong. But that's the world we live in, and I much rather hear what people have to say, whether it's good for me or not, than hide my ideas to myself and never get that criticism, that outside criticism. That's been the best part about this blog and these videos, is people are telling me exactly what they think. And you know what? It's been good for the most part. People are really relating to me, and that's fantastic. But there are people who disagree, and that's okay too, because it's truthful. It's conversation. It's debate, and it's what challenges our ideas. If I was just in my basement all day long, coming up with these ideas and assuming that they're all great and that everyone should agree with me without ever putting it out there, then what am I really doing? I'm not doing anything. But I want to put it out there because I want to be challenged, or I want people to chime in and tell me they relate or they don't relate, or I'm an idiot or I'm great or whatever it is. But the fact is, once it's out there, it's out there. And I would only be able to do this because of having turned that filter off. And since I've turned that filter off, it's like I have much more to say. There's a lot less small talk. There's a lot less BS. And honestly, there's a lot less people I have to deal with. I have a lot more time on my hands. I deal with a much smaller group of people on a daily basis. And I have much more time to do things like this. So, no, I don't regret things I say, because they came from somewhere truthful and honest. And I don't feel like I should apologize for being honest. Maybe I was raised or just grew up subconsciously feeling like I should be pleasing everyone. Once I started to dig in a little and ask a couple of questions, it became clear that that's a waste of time, at least for me. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree, disagree, you like it, you hate it. I welcome all of it. So have yourself a good one. And I hope this bird wasn't too annoying, but hey, nature's cool, right? Have a good one. Later.